Hello everyone, and welcome to a tier maker video. These are still popular, right? I'm definitely not years behind trends. And speaking about being years behind, it's Skyrim, because you keep wanting Skyrim, but there's going to be like a handful more Skyrim, like, individual videos, and the Skyrim series that's going on, and then it's switching to Starfield, okay? So we're just doing a few light and breezy Skyrim videos for those of you who still want more Skyrim for some reason, and haven't realised that there's literally hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours of Skyrim content on my channel already. Go watch the old stuff. It's much better than what I'm making now, trust me. Today though, we're doing like a little Daedric artifact tier list, just thought it'd be fun and easy. I also want to see how these tier lists kind of do analytically and if you actually enjoy them before doing some of the other longer ones, like a huge armor tier list or weapon tier list or stuff like that. So, if you enjoy, do make sure to end up hitting the like button and let me know in the comments, because if the video does well, I'll make more Skyrim tier lists. But for now, we've got this Daedric artifact tier list. A nice, simple, fairly quick one, but the very first thing I need to do is switch these categories. Because essential and unusable, I just kind of disagree with these. Like, no Daedric artifact is literally unusable, and none of them are essential. Like, I mean, technically that's essential for the Thieves Guild, the Skeleton Key, but, like, yeah, that's, no. So I'm changing essential just to God tier, you know, because you get it from the gods, essentially, and unusable to trash. Ooh, no, wooden sword tier. Much better. There we go. So I've changed them up a bit, just so that I can actually feel comfortable putting them in there. Who made this tier list? Portal Chameleon. I kind of like that name. Oh, and it's a nice little art image. There we go. Okay, credit has been given. Good me, remember to actually do it. And now, I'm just going to go through. And we start with Azura's Star. I also really hope I can remember the name of all of these, because I'm bad with remembering things. Azura's Star... I mean, we see the Black Star directly underneath it. Who picks Azura's over the Black Star is the thing. However, Azura's Star is still good. It's essentially a Grand Soul Gem that can be recharged, right? So that is really good, but it's very much outshined by the Black Star, which we'll come to in a bit. Also, I wonder what order these are in. Doesn't matter. I was going to say alphabetical, but then, yeah, these seem out of place. Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker. I think it's Dawnbreaker. Let me know in the comments how many times I mispronounce things. Dawnbreaker... I'm so unsure of that. I'm gonna Google it. It's Dawnbreaker. I was right. I'm fooling myself. Great. Yeah, it's Dawnbreaker. That's fine. This is a good weapon, though. I probably will end up going for a lot of the Daedric artifacts when I half forget them, because, yeah. Burning the undead, chance to explode them, destroy nearby undead and stuff. It's a very nice situational weapon, which would mean situational, but it's actually got pretty fairly decent stats just in general. Like, it's not particularly heavy, I mean, the base damage never looks great, but that's an alright base damage for a weapon. Burning for 10 points, that's just universally helpful. Except for against flame action arcs, but that's pretty niche. Yeah, and when going against undead, you've got this amazing situational stuff. Like, on the situational side, it's God tier. It's one of the best... Well, it's the best unique weapon for killing undead, in my opinion, in the game. But it is a bit situational as well, so we'll split the difference and put it in awesome. I think it's an awesome weapon. And next up is the Ebony Blade. Let's check. Yeah, it is called the Ebony Blade. I was trying to remember, I was like, it's definitely just called the Ebony Blade, right? It's a very normal name, considering it's a Daedric artifact. This one is kind of cool, you know, the effect of killing your friends to make it more powerful. I love absorb health on weapons. It's got a fast swing speed. I do very much like it. It's got a nice aesthetic overall, just the weapon in general, very sleek. I dig it. However... you need to be level 30, I believe. Will it tell me here? No, that's up to the maximum of 30. Is it not going to tell me? It'll be in the Whispering Door. Let's check the Whispering Door. Oh, level 20! And Dragon Rising. You know, that's actually slightly lower than I thought. Okay, I thought it was level 30 and I was like, oh, it takes way too long to get. But you know what? Level 20's not too bad. I'm now wondering if I should get this for my Dragon Hunter run. That's lower level than I thought. Okay, I was gonna be like, it's somewhere between here. What did I put it as God tier? Oh, God tier, God tier, God tier. You know what? I don't think it's quite God tier. It's really good. Up there with Dawnbreaker. If it was 30, I'd be tempted to put it in the situational just because I'm like, well, by the time you've got to level 30, you're kind of at the end of the build. And I guess it works as an endgame weapon, but you can probably make something better at that point. But you know what? For level 20, that's probably going to be the best thing you get. Awesome little weapon. Actually makes it easier to get than Dawnbreaker. The Ebony Mail. People really like this. I've used it a couple of times, but just on a basic level, heavy armor that's based around stealth. It doesn't work very well. Like, it'd be fine if there were more heavy armor stealth-based pieces in the game, or if you could do like what Fallout 4 has with shadowed mods and stuff to make you more stealthy, but having just a heavy armor chest piece as a stealth thing, you then have to be like, okay, well, do I want to go light armor or clothing for the rest of the stuff so I'm not hindering myself that way, but I'm not getting as much armor out of it, or do I want to go all heavy armor and only have a tiny bonus to stealth? Well, probably be worse at stealth for most people still, but have a better armor rating. I feel like it's a bad compromise either way. And while I think individually it's a cool piece, once you actually realise you need other stuff in it, it's not so great. It is fun for killing like bandits while just squatting down next to them and they don't realise. That's fun, people enjoy the videos and stuff of that. But yeah, it's going in situational because there's some instances where it's useful, but most I'd say it isn't. The Mace of Molag Bal. This is a good one. Is it God tier good? I don't think it's God tier good. I am going to take a look at anything this has to say about it. 25 points of stamina and magic per hit, still soul of enemy if you die within 3 seconds. Yeah, those effects aren't amazing. Like, I like the soul stealing effect, soul trap's really good, but damaging stamina and magicka I always find underwhelming. It's just like, I'd rather just kill the enemy. Like, it's only really useful if you've got an enemy with a huge health bar. And for most of those, yeah, I feel like the stamina and magicka drain doesn't really affect them in a huge way. So I think that effect isn't great, but Soul Trap on a really solid weapon. I'm torn between these two categories again. You know what, it's better than the Ebony Mail. I think I'm going to put it in Awesome, but I'm not sure it's really better than these two. I do think it's very good, so I'm going to put it there. I do enjoy the quest that goes along with it well, very cool. But Mars of Clavicus Vial, I'm going to say straight away, this is my favourite looking piece out of the entire set. Can I get like a bigger image of it up? Yeah, look at that. That's a really cool headpiece. I absolutely love it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes. Yes, please. Problem is, it's like a heavy armour piece with slightly better speechcraft, essentially, and a tiny bit, like a minuscule amount of magicka regen. And it's like, those effects, I mean, they're good for when you're bartering, but this is like a heavy armour helmet, which doesn't really help in combat anyway. It's outshined by just better standard helmets, because it doesn't have any good combat effects. 5% magicka regen is practically nothing. The speech effects are nice. Should I put... You know what, I'm pushing it up to situational because of how pretty it is. It's gorgeous, and it is situationally useful. The situation just when you're bartering, which is not a time when you need to be wearing armour. Like, it's a shame. I still like it. I think it's a fun quest. Cool with it. Mehrunes Razor. Yeah, we're going to put that into God tier just instantly. Do I need to explain myself on that? You know what? I'll give a quick explanation. One-shot kill dragons. Like, the opportunity to do that's amazing. It's also nice to have a weapon where you don't really need to worry about the damage, because it's just swing it as fast as possible, and you'll get that percentage chance to insta-kill. Love it. Doesn't work on a few, like, named enemies and stuff, but otherwise great. The Ultra Infinium. It just gives you leveling, right? There's no extra effect I'm forgetting about. Yeah, 5-point boost to all skills related to any of the free following, warrior, mage, or thief. I'm going to say it's outshined by just being able to level up skills. And the fact as well is that in Skyrim you often don't want to over-level yourself, because the higher level you are, the higher level enemies are. And if you've got a bunch of levels in, like, speech or something, that's not going to help you out in a fight, but the enemies are going to get stronger. While you were bartering with the shopkeepers, the Draugr were learning the blade. I can't remember the phrasing of that, but yeah, I don't think it's that good. I think I used to enjoy this, because it's, you know, it is nice to boost up those skills, and if you're going with all of the skills in Warrior, Thief or Mage, then it's certainly helpful, but it can also hinder you, like, yeah, I think it's better to go with skill trainers to just raise the skill yourself. There's plenty of ways to grind out certain skills, like, I just don't think it's that good. Hircine's Ring, for if you want to transform into a werewolf, but only if you're already a werewolf. Wooden sword tier. Yeah, you know what? If this actually let you become a werewolf just by wearing it, I'm actually now going to double check I am correct on this. Is it not even going to show Hircine's Ring in here? Oh, okay. Ring of Hircine's in this one. Ring of Hircine, Enchanted Grape of Wearer, unlimited werewolf transformation day, assuming the wearer is already a werewolf. Yeah, there we go. So, because you already have to be a werewolf, it's just like you can transform into a werewolf more than once a day. But you can wait in Skyrim. That's not like a real deterrent in any way. And there's other rings for werewolves which boost them, which you may as well be wearing in werewolf form instead, so that you're actually decent in that form rather than getting killed. It's bad. It's just a badge, you know? If it made you transform into a werewolf, great, I'd like it. As it is, garbage. Namira's Ring. Now, annoyingly, this has a good effect. Also, how is it ordering these? It's got Ring of Namira. Oh, okay. Yeah, 50-point stamina boost, and yeah, extra health and health regen. It's nice, but I've made my points on cannibalism clear on this channel many, many times over. I'm not letting it go higher than this. I'll put it above the wooden sword tier, but it's not going higher than this. I'm not even putting it in situational. Sanguine's Rose? Yes, Sanguine's Rose, which has a fun quest tied to it, that matters. You know, summons a nice powerful thing for you. Yep. Level Dremora 60 seconds. Okay, nothing extra that I'm forgetting about. That's just a good weapon. Wait. Can you recharge Sanguine's Rose? I'm gonna need to check that. Okay, apparently you can recharge it just fine. I'm not sure what I was thinking of, but somewhere in my brain it was like, you can't recharge it or something, right? I remember that being a thing, but no, you can recharge it. That's an awesome weapon. Gives you a good summon, fun quest attached to it. I like it. Savior's Hide. Now, I like this. The idea of getting like a werewolf skin, having it be forged into a piece of armour by Hircine, that's cool, but the armour's just not very good. Like, I think it's poison resistance, right? Yeah, 50% poison resistance, 15% magic resistance, which is nice, but it's also just not a particularly good bit of armour. It's just really not. So, yeah, it's outshined by just there being much better light armour out there. It's very weak, and especially for a Daedric artifact, it's like, meh. Okay, the skeleton key... I'm going to put it in situational. I'm tempted to go for outshined, but I'm being warped a bit by I know people thinking like, oh, the skeleton key's great. You get so many lockpicks in Skyrim though, that you do not need the skeleton key. Breaking lockpicks is not an issue, like, at all. Most of the time, you will have over 100 lockpicks in your inventory in a playthrough in Skyrim. It's only at the very start when it's helpful, and you're not getting the skeleton key at the very start. So, you know what, screw it, I'm actually putting it to outshined. An unbreakable lockpick isn't that helpful in a game where lockpicks are everywhere. Also, hey look, I've got a bit of the background. You might not be able to see, but I don't know how I'm editing this. Yeah, just... you don't need it. The Sleepy Staff. Okay, I genuinely forgot the name of this one. The Skull of Corruption. Yeah, 20 points of damage, increased to 50 with Dreams. 50 damage isn't a lot. 20 damage isn't that much. See, I'm thinking of like crafting and stuff. I'm going to put it in situational. You know what, it's a fun little quest attached to it. It's not terrible damage, but it's not great either. Like, you can easily get 3 figures of damage just by learning one of the crafting skills, I'd say. And you can't really boost the damage with stuff. It's a good early weapon, but I think a lot of the does X damage cannot be improved effects just aren't very good because they can't be improved. I was going to say Dawnbreaker again. I've forgotten the name of the shield. This is one I knew as well at the start of the video. What's it called? Spellbreaker. See, I had Breaker in my mind. Yeah, the ward effect, 50 points of magic damage. Oh, doesn't protect against Dwarven Steam attacks. Nice to know. This one I'm going to put in situational as well. I don't hate it. You know what? I'm going to put it in the top of situational. I'm going to put it second to the top. I really like how the mask looks. No, I'm going to put it on the top. The ward damage is nice, but it's only good against mages, and I suppose Dragon Breaths, it's good for that. Like, it's got its uses, but it's not all the time. Like, it's nice. I don't think it's quite awesome, but it's a good shield. Here we go. The Black Star goes in God tier. Everyone loves it. It's just a repeatable Black Soul gem. It's the reason that Azura's Star is down here, because it's just worse. Yeah, it's great to be able to just infinitely fill up these soul gems. You only can fill it up once, and then you have to, like, use it and all that, like. But you know what? If you're using an enchanted soul trapping weapon, you can just refill it after every hit, or every kill if you want to, so not a big deal. The Rueful Axe is trash, and you have to kill a doggo to get it, so no, it's wooden sword tier. Although I do like all the doggo related stuff is in the trash tier. That's just like, that probably means something. Volendrung? Is that how you say it? Volendrung? I'm not sure. Yeah, absorbing stamina per hit is okay, and it's got good damage. Does mean you power attack each time, but I find the charge on it goes out too quickly, honestly. The charge goes out very fast, and I do not like that. If it had a lot more charge, then I'd be okay with it, but as it is, I find you're doing power attacks, and then you're having to recharge the weapon, but it's not got Soul Trap or anything, and it's a two-hand, so you're not really Soul Trapping unless you're going Conjuration Mage as well, and yeah, it's just, I don't think it's very good. And with Vegetable Soup, you don't need to recharge stamina to do power attacks. I don't particularly like it. I'm sorry. I feel like that's one that's going to get me flack. And finally, the Wabberjack. It's not God tier, because it's too random, but everyone loves it being random. It's a very powerful staff. You can get it right at the start of the game, basically. Super easy, no difficulty in getting it whatsoever. Done it plenty of times now. And yeah, it has the potential to one-shot like Mehrunes Razor, but is even more random, and requires a lot of charging. Like, my Scrolls and Staves only series failed because it was just like, well, I'm not going to be able to charge this enough to get to the point of doing things. I also now hate the quest that's attached to it. I'm not a big fan of old Uncle Shio and whatever, like a lot of the lore community is, and having to do his quests over and over again hasn't helped that. It's like, oh, cheese, LOL. Well, there's my tier list. Let me know what you think of it. I'm immediately noticing there's more in the negative than the positive, but I'd expect that. Daedric artifacts in Skyrim are a bit disappointing. The problem is the crafting skills are so strong. If you want to see some of the... Okay, I can't apparently do that. There we go. If you want to see some of these awesome little wallpapers and stuff, look at them. I'm going to change it now. Oh, look, it's Outer Worlds one. Look at all these wallpapers. You can get them on Patreon. Oh, no, it's one of the quote ones. Let's not read that. Let's have something different. You know, why is it not showing any of my favourite ones? I've got some ones that I really love, and it's not showing them. Oh, okay, we're just going to go through a few of these. Okay, that Bioshock one's nice. I think that's actually one of the ones you don't need to be a patron for as well. Check out Patreon for wallpapers. There's a lot of them now. If you do want more tier lists, let me know. And there was something else. I've forgotten what it was. very bad at this. As always, thank you very much for watching. Sarge out.